What's up, guys? Welcome to DeathGroundReviews, the monster that devours horror, suspense, and all those things of the fantastic. Today I want to explore another horror subgenre. This time it's the horror of the mind, psychological horror. Psychological horror portrays the monstrous distortion as part of a character's mental makeup, monstrous thought processes that lead to monstrous actions, insanity, hallucinations, or delusions. Robert Bloch's novel Psycho is one of the first that comes to my mind when I think of this subgenre, as well as the Alfred Hitchcock film. It's a story about Norman Bates, a shy motel proprietor who becomes possessed by an alter ego that drives him to exact revenge on women who cause him to become aroused. Interesting to note, the author Robert Bloch was inspired to write the twist ending of the book when he learned about the body snatcher and suspected serial killer Ed Gein. Bloch realized how closely the imaginary character of his novel resembled Ed Gein, who lived in isolation with his religiously fanatical mother. Psychological horror zooms in on the deranged effects of a mentally unstable mind. In doing this, the subgenre creates terrific suspense through the depiction of unreliable narrators, who are erratic and unpredictable. Ramsey Campbell's novel The Face That Must Die utilizes the unreliable narrator technique quite aptly. The reader spends a lot of time in the smothering, bitter, and disorienting mind of a paranoid schizoid by the name of Horridge. His paranoia distorts all his thought processes, and you, the reader, spend time on an uncomfortable, uneasy ride in his mind, wondering when he'll snap. The author claimed that experiences with his own mother, a woman who suffered dementia, informs much of the novel's details. I also thought Campbell uses the setting of the novel, Liverpool, England, to create a very tense, unnerving atmosphere. Descriptions of grimy gutters, gray skies, run-down flats, and graffitied walls almost feel like a reflection of Horridge's paranoid, schizoid mental state. At one point, Horridge sees the word killer amongst webs of graffitied walls, like a warning din within himself of what he is to become. I highly recommend The Face That Must Die if you want to dip your toe into the subgenre. I think it's underrated, in fact. But be warned, it's bleak. Another great novel in the subgenre is The Collector by John Fowles. This also includes a movie that was released in 1965, directed by William Wyler. The novel, which was released in 1963, it's about a lonely young man who abducts a female art student in London and holds her captive in the cellar of a rural farmhouse. The novel is divided in two sections: the perspective of the killer and the perspective of the captive, Miranda. The first-person intimacy makes this novel particularly chilling. Fred feels so evil because you gain a sense of his premeditation and deliberation. And you feel such a sour, desperate sadness for Miranda in the second section. All of it is told in an epistolary format. The Collector is such an effective psychological horror tale, and Fowles has a gift for language. Some other noteworthy examples of the subgenre are Silence of the Lambs. This includes both the movie and the novel. Stephen King's Misery, and Perfect Blue, which is an anime I reviewed on the channel earlier. Let me know any of your favorite psychological horror stories and films in the comments section. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, and hit the subscribe button to stay up to date with any future content. This is DeathGroundReviews, the monster that devours horror, suspense, and all those things of the fantastic. I'll see you next time.